Hey folks, it is 2 in the morning and I can't sleep because of pain, so it's time for more adventures of this cat boy! Ny'ardbert Tia rides again. Let us go find some morally questionable tasks to do, in the name of colonialism! Sorry, that joke doesn't land yet, because of context, but you'll see. Assuming that we load in anytime soon. There we go. Alrighty. So, when last we left our hero, we had just emerged from the Tantara Deep Croft, having roughed up some cultists that were like, hey, you know, that moon that exploded half the country ain't so bad. And we're here to say, yeah, it is. So we've dispelled them and their weird knockoff Mind Flayer, and now it is time for us to continue on. Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deep Croft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Bull Lord Levin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Aver's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he'd still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah! To the hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving. It'll be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Aver's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Aver. Please forgive me. Starting things off light and breezy. Oh boy. Alright. See you at level 50, Etta. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I could send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much, at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word. I'll be glad to share the details with you. Hello, ma'am. So, you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultan's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you'll pull yourself through unscathed. Now, off you go, Ny'ardbert, and good luck. Alright. Onward. To the airship. Oh, you know what? We should stop by the Golden Saucer to pick up our winnings. Because surely I've won something. Because it's almost impossible to lose. But I could just cut this part out because it's not particularly interesting. So, see you in a sec. Alrighty, let's pick back up from here. So, the reason that I'll sometimes stop at the Golden Saucer on my way from point A to point B is because it's free to go to the Golden Saucer with the airships, and it's free to go from the Gold Saucer to Ul'dah. So if you're ever going to Ul'dah, you can get there for free by passing through the Gold Saucer. Which would, like, be a really good business model if it had any way of making money. But I don't think they do. At least not in a way that our characters are able to interact with. Hello there, Momodi. Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now, if you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Judging by your determined expression, I take you in here for ale? Are you called Ny'ardbert Tia by any chance? Miyun sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. This ain't no small praise come from her. But you didn't go all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? It's Ul'dah. I expect nothing less. Is that who I think it is? Alright, hold on. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale if you would be so kind. I think it is who I thought. Excellent timing, Papa-chan. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. So this strapping young lad is the much-lauded adventurer, is he? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir. I am Papa-chan, formerly of the Sultan's Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Ny'ardbert of his mission? Yes, yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amajina & Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hecatoncheires, fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hand of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Hecatoncheires to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatoncheires, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed! And that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, because, you know, it's about subduing a slave revolt, but I should assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? And one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amajina & Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. So, as I've said a few times before, the problem that comes up from time to time, where you're telling a long-term story, where people grow and change, is that where they start, they have to suck. So yeah, we, might not be doing the most moral thing on this one, but we're getting paid for it. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are ya? You got guts, mate. I just hope you got the skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The Hecatonker have left the place in a right state, and nary a week after mine resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the Second Ul Dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned yet centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. So now kill these prisoners that have been underground for several hundred years. The stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Man, I love that they ran into an issue where there were justifiably angry but dangerous creatures down there, and their response was to send an armed force to exterminate them. Alright. I haven't been to this area before. Right, I forgot we actually never, like, went outside the city for a while. I just do such a good job with the zones here, making them feel like places. I just think like there's a plus on them. Is this just a leaves of X thing? Oh, no, okay, it's a housing thing. Which, once again, isn't really going to be relevant. Oh, that does not connect. Okay, let's go around. Evening, sir. I didn't realize that I'd had that clock in Ny'ardbert set to Earth time. Except by clicking it. Yeah, alright. Well, that's not it either. There we are. Yeah, you are seeing time. What are you two up to? Well, it is what it is, but even if there's no work to be had here, there's always a place for a man with a strong back who knows how to swing a pickaxe. I got one of those things. Best beasts, demons, garleans, it's a pain in the bloody ass, whatever it is. How's a man supposed to feed himself? I'm sure it's not going to be foreshadowing here that this exterior is full of these weird little critters and bombs. They are weird little critters, though. Goblins are one of the creatures that I think they made up for this game, or at least they're definitely unique to Final Fantasy. And they are certainly something. Alright, my guy, what's the deal? There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We're here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? Oh, you're the adventurers who volunteered to quell the Hecatoncheires? I didn't think that Papa Sean would be able to find someone so quickly. If at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Are any of our other adventuring friends nearby? Like old man and daughter? Ah, yes, there they are. Literally those two. We found Ny'ardbert and his entire party dead. The giants were thorough in their work. Judging by their tracks, it would seem they tried to rush a horde of the creatures. I cannot say for sure what drove an experienced crew like theirs to throw caution to the wind, but I do have my suspicions. We are all our own worst critics, and our desire to better past achievements can rob us of good sense. Thus do we become more given to recklessness. While it is important to have goals, one must not fixate upon them to the exclusion of all else. Do so, and one will surely pay the price, as Ny'ardbert and his comrades did this day. That's rough. Wow, they had that whole little side story going where they were like our rival, and now they're just all dead, off screen. That is dark. I've been an adventurer for long years, and borne witness to many a pivotal moment in history. Though the times may have changed, the essence of our trade has not. Adventuring has ever been a quest for self-betterment through challenges freely faced, and ever shall it remain so. As an adventurer becomes more experienced, you will naturally acquire a love of justice, and an understanding of the spirit of self-sacrifice. Such experience cannot be measured in any tangible way, yet it most assuredly shapes who we are, grounded as it is in the decisions we have made on our journey, and their consequences, good or ill. I sense a light within you, young one, and it tells me you are destined for greatness. That is very kind of you, Isildur. Alright. Let's go, eager conjurer, thaumaturge, and lancer. Conjurer, let's see if you can keep up. Funny. While I don't try to like keep track of the actual numbers flying around, it does help mostly just to see, like with AoEs, that it's hitting multiple things. Like if only one of the names, one of the little bubbles pops up, then you only hit one target. If you hit two, then you hit both. So I don't think this door used to be here. Oh no, it did. Never mind. Alright, everyone on the lift. Guys, come on. On the left. Okay, I'm gonna pull this lever, and you're gonna be magically down there, okay? Alright, see you there. Oh, yep. Speak of the devil. There they are. Oh, they got hung up on the ones that we were going past. Oh, they connected me. Around these settings real quick. Battle effects, party, show limited, other, unknown. I don't PvP, so that one's not going to matter. You know, I'm going to put that as show limited because I don't know if that applies to people. Yeah, it takes a little getting used to, of just like being able to look past the sort of stuff that's happening as like the little floating UI elements. But I get used to it relatively quickly. Fine, you too as well. Go ahead and make that one a little quieter. There's pretty loud explosions. Some gunpowder, which is fire sand in this setting. I guess fire sand is more accurate than gunpowder in this exact case, because like most of the time it's not used for guns. Like really only the Garleans and the Ishgardians have guns. Even the Ishgardians are like only just now getting there. Alright, fight me, coward. Alright, cool. First use of the Tank Buster indicator. So that basically means like, hey, this next attack is a big one. Push one of the buttons that reduces damage. More recent patches, they went back and sort of like standardized a lot of the indicators. Because it used to be that like each boss had their own tells, And so, like, you need to know what the wind-up was for this particular boss's tank buster. And that you're supposed to use your cooldowns at certain times. Which, like, was cool, but, like, a little excessive for just, like, normal gameplay. So used to running past the treasure coffers in here because I've done this dungeon so many times with like secondary classes where I've already got the gear I need. Alright, are you gonna get on the lips with me this time? No? You just wanna creepily wait and then get teleported in later? Alright, well, before you do that, I'm gonna get the treasure chest over here. Good talk. Alright, down we go. Indeed, Lancer, we will need more fire sand. Oh, I realized I must probably see that because the box is really covered. The Lancer had a little dialogue box and just like, oh, looks like we'll need more fire sand. Ah, let's make the double. Smart. One to go. And then the other side. One of the weirdest little things of early F14 lore is that apparently these little things are what unsettled souls look like. Like, if you've got unfinished business, you don't get to be like a cool, spooky ghost. You are a balloon. A particularly angry balloon. Got a cool pattern at least. Alright, let's blow up this wall. Kaboom! I see you. They completely reworked this boss fight. It used to be basically a puzzle where you had to like drag it around to explosives, but it was very slow paced. seems like each time it does that, it gets a little smaller, so people like bait it into doing it enough times until it's in tiny bits. It was very funny when that change first dropped, because it used to be that when it broke into smaller pieces, you're supposed to go kill the smaller pieces. So people ran over towards them, and then they exploded. Additional sand acquired. I'm in. Turn around. I do appreciate that in addition to putting down a slave revolt, we're also killing what seem to be, I mean, they're called living fossils, so I have to imagine they're somewhat rare and ancient creatures. So Limsa, Ul'dah, and Gridania, like they're defined by their biomes, where it's like sea state, desert state, forest state. But they also have like one defining feature. For Gridania, it's elementals. For Limsa, it's pirates. For Ul'dah, it's capitalism. I know that, like, they often generalize rough names because, like, you want to reuse them, or, like, you want to make sure that they communicate what they do pretty quickly. But I feel like you can get at least slightly more specific than boost. Slaves no more. Free! Free! Masters must pay. Masters must die. Never again. Never! We are the good guys in this story, right? Right? Anyway, hi. I beat you to death with my sharp stick. So this is a classic donut AoE, where it looks like it's gigantic, and you just have to stand directly next to it. Later on, they'll start doing like in-out or out-in AoEs, where like they start with either a donut or a point blank like that. and then they'll do the other one, so you have to like be right on the edge and then walk back and forth. But I like that this teaches you about like common patterns. One thing I do like about the Paladin class a lot more than the other tank classes I've fussed around with is they have the Sheltron, which is a shielding ability on like a pretty quick cooldown. So like you don't need to worry too much about hanging on to them. You just sort of use them whenever there is a sizable portion of damage. Lancer, you can limit break at your leisure. These thumbs can do it too. Can you do it all, buddy? Go ahead. You got the button. Oh, nope, okay, I guess we're just not using it. That Lancer didn't have any points. Hey guys, good job everybody. We really put in a hustle. We did good. So, I hope you guys get credit too, I guess. Shame I don't have a name to tell anybody. Oh man, it was great. Me and Eager Thaumaturge were really bringing things to the limit there. Okay. Haldeman and granddaughter are gone. I am hopeful that that means they've moved on to the next place and not also died off screen. Let's run back to Ulda. You know what? Screw it. We'll take it forward. Our little Ny'ardbert's really starting to make a name for himself. That's 3 dungeon-sized adventures in like probably just a couple days. Maybe like 2-3 weeks. I found an interview with, I think it was Yoshi P, not so long ago, that got him talking about like how much time passes between the expansions, because they definitely have the bit of like definitely not a year has passed because everyone stays the same age, but it's about 2.5 years. Hey Mesa, is there a reason that you're gonna trigger like an instance fight when I try to tell you I did my job? No? No, we're cool? Alright. The Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operation can resume, and Ulda will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Sean the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. No! Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this. Paid for it with my own coin. What rot? You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm gonna say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the Brass Blades, you know? Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. Did they practice that? That was like right in sync. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is my witness. Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of ye. I swear on my mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. I think I see what Isildur was saying. And who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. Alright. I love the use of the old Final Fantasy games. Up to the 7th ale. This is a very drunk monk. Or pugilist, I guess. So we've got the filthy bodyguard, the boastful bodyguard, and the raucous bodyguard. I'm getting a sense for the character of these folks. Amusingly, the Rogadin might actually be named Filthy Bodyguard. That does match their naming convention, although a very unfortunate one. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Boy. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank ye, kind adventurer. Thank ye thrice over. They're also moving in sync. I swear, there are more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. It's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. They tried to make the best of it. It was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope the presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we've always had the immortal flames. I dare say the Brass Blades would welcome their help. The heroes have fought the Garlean Empire, patrolling the streets for riffraff? Maybe we'll come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins! Get your dodo tenderloins! Guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Sir? Are you alright? Oh, I'll get turned around. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? I'll overlook this, but just this once. God's bless ye, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Case closed. Oh, that wasn't what I thought it was. Hello again. We've been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Gridania. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccably and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers. But more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a gil by doing so. You are possessed of all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. Of this we are convinced. Even if you were kind of dragged into the business with dodo meat. Yes, thank you, Ida. And then there is the matter of your gift. I dare say you are curious as to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago? Well, we can help you to understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. And meeting her is only the beginning, for we would also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, and I sincerely hope you will, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She will tell you where to find us. Who am I asking for? I mean, I know your names, but... Wait a minute, we haven't even told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone. Except for Momodi, she knows already. Ooh, a secret order. Ny'ardbert, you're going up in the world. All it took was to interrupt some petty crime. Maybe we could have skipped the slave rebellion part and moved straight on to vigilante justice. But here we are. Huh, scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of the gentleman's woes to the womenfolk from time to time. Ah, Ny'ardbert. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with the giants in the dark. You're every elm the adventurer. Mew said you'd be... You're every elm the adventurer Mew said you'd be, Ny'ardbert. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing your description, I knew who she meant right away. Oh, Etta. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Etta. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Ny'ardbert, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are. You see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded, had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Ny'ardbert once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Ny'ardbert. Oh, thank you. What did you say? You want to know what the signs of the Seventh Dawn? Oh, I should have said that. That is a good point. Sorry, I'm missing my script. Oh, they're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Ny'ardbert, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Is Storm's Path the melee one, or...? Yes, it is. Cool. That's the third part of my Ny'ardbert combo. Okay. But yeah, joining a secret order sounds way more interesting than, I mean, most of the other shit we've done so far. Oh, what a great portrait. They're all so young. Anyway, Momodi's ready to tell you what she knows about the science of the Seventh Dawn. So, you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise. I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being old on. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Ny'ardbert. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Ny'ardbert, and the days ahead promise to be busy. I hope you won't forget about them as help. Sorry, but I hope you won't forget about them as help to make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Alright. Onward to further adventure. Don't know which of the doors is best for that one, so I should teleport right in. So you can see why I was leveling 2 classes separately, because doing like mostly just the main quest, we have 2 classes well above 20, while the quest we were just given is a level 17 quest. But that did just remind me, I forgot we needed to go get something from the Alchemist Guild for that crazy potential serial killer, but probably actually just a barber. You know, interchangeable. Really just comes down to what side of the Grease to Sweeney Todd musical spectrum you fall on. Hairspray to Sweeney Todd? There's a lot of barber-adjacent musicals. Alright, the other skills are in here somewhere, right? This place is a labyrinth. And I wouldn't have found it because it's in a completely different place. Glad I checked. Hey, Bucko. I'm looking for something for Jean-Delaine. Come on behalf of Jean-Delaine. Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, as I speak from my extensive personal experience. Yes, people are definitely misunderstanding you, and not just wary about your immortality experiments, which we will not be addressing in these videos. But yeah, that's what he's up to. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so, I command you, deliver this parcel to Jean-Delaine with all speed. Alright, I will deliver it to him the next time I happen to be in Limsa. Alright, let's roll. Great atmospheric music here. Also, I love these turtles. They're such good friends. Hello. Hello, Mr. Turtle. Pet. Pet, pet. Alright, I'll be on my way now, Mr. Turtle. I should use this music. It's good frontier music. Side effect of being a DM that does it so often is I'm basically always on the lookout for new background tracks to add to my repertoire. Hi. Oh, have I been here? No, I don't think so. Weird. Usually their first time is like, hey, you haven't been here? I'll get you registered on our thing. But they didn't do that time. you. This might be getting close to the furthest we've gotten from one of the city-states. Maybe it just feels further. I guess we probably did go further in chase of the hunting log. Alright, here we are. The wonderful city of Vesper Bay. Or town, really. Outpost? It's a nice place regardless. Wait, hold on, is that Tataru? No, alright, that's someone else entirely. You, sir, do you know who this is? No, you cannot be interacted with. What's your deal, Sphere Guy? Oh, you're the glamour person! Okay, cool. I'm not gonna do these on camera, but I'm going to... They just called it me a decidedly unfashionable adventurer. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna take these quests so that I unlock dye and glamour, so that I can apply different colors and appearances to my clothes. Ma'am? I'm looking for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name's Ny'ardbert. Deep... Oh, wow, I have no idea what the tune of this is. I'll just make it up, I guess. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Tro-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... I'm looking for the Scions? Here at the behest of Ida and Papalymo. Man, I cannot guess what my guy's gonna say. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Ny'ardbert. Ny'ardbert. Ah, there you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Those are two nouns I do not have context for. But I know at least one of them is a she, and the other one is probably a place. Oh, is it not letting me out? There we are. Had to load. Alright, I'm glad to know that this location is secure. What's your deal? You say things? No. How about you? No. There's so many people in there. Alright, I will have to go discuss with them once I have met with the antecedent in the solar. Hello, ma'am. I am to be a new scion, perhaps. I take it you're Ny'ardbert. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. How? I was like 30 feet... Okay, whatever. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Is she the antecedent? Which I realize is, I guess, the opposite of a precedent?
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minpelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space? A mind without a body?
Yes? I thought that was just
All
dissociating.
these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul. A power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo.
Neat.
With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals.
Okay.
So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace.
Oh?
Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Okay. What am I doing with it, though? Oh, voice acting's over. Alright. Naturally, your aid will not go Sorry, that's not her voice. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. They're invisible. How good of you. It's nice that they play pretend with one another. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password. Why? Okay, which our members use to reach one another on a field. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. What? I have not said a word. Seems kind of wild to just be like, okay, I know you're only just now considering joining us, but here's how to decrypt our codes. And here is the way that you would, like, potentially be paid by just sort of gonna get rid of that leverage we have immediately. Like, that's a good show of good faith, and I appreciate it, but, like, if I just said no now, I would just have that code. Anyway. What are you two up to? This place is called the Waking Sands, and it's our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know. But then a bunch of things happened, and we ended up here instead. Cool. That explains everything. While there are others who possess the Echo, none are near as strong as you with the power, hence our extremely high expectations of you. Is that corner particularly interesting, sir? 7 waning moons see 7 suns rise. Divine order roils, fallen corpses writhe. Thus the divine chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shines clear. They evoke the dire circumstance of this imperiled age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn lieth cowering neath the stifling blanket of night. And we abide. We await the coming of the unborn era's seed, the light which shall pierce the glowering darkness. You guys didn't tell me you have a live-in poet. That's a pretty good perk. What about you two? Who are you? Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires a tremendous concentration of ether, which is why the beast tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. This guy is who I thought was off screen before, which is why I did a completely out-of-character voice for Puffalima Onita. Once they manifest them in physical form, the unquenchable thirst for ether only grows stronger. They would drink the land dry with nary a thought to the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it could be well within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of 2 separate entities. The first was comprised of Charlian natives, such as myself, and was called the Circle of Knowing. I could do this voice better, but this is what we get for now. The second was made up of individuals that share your rare gift was known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered in the 7th Umbral Era told us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. I guess. Sure, I'll join your weird club. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the... You, like, word for word, said that, like, 2 minutes ago. Are the godlike beings known as primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to that they pose. I know not what it is you desire for... This was literally in the other thing! Okay, pray consider this when you give me your answer, Ny'ardbert. Really? This is what we use the password for? This really does feel like some, like, teen playing spies. Anyway. I will go whither the wild rose blooms.
I take it you will help us.
Yes. That's why I used your catchphrase.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Charlian ring any bells?
Isn't that like the country
It used to
exclusively
be
made of
one of
nerds?
Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Charlians were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Great delivery.
I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
That is very different than what she sounds like now.
In
Okay.
time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a
Real
request
paper.
for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the immortal flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Alright, I think that is a relatively reasonable, good place to break. It is sort of jarring hearing the original voices for these characters because they change in, like, the first expansion. And then after that, they're really good about keeping the cast the same the whole way through. So, they've only been this, like, years and years ago, and never again. For example, the eagle-eared among you, especially the Critical Role fans, will recognize Thancred's voice actor as one Taliesin Jaffe. Sam Riegel also has a role later in this game. Both of them are replaced come Heavensward. And while neither of their performances are bad, I will say that their new voices suit the characters better. I very much love Taliesin and Sam as well as their performances, but it's very interesting seeing how different some of these characters end up being. My personal gripe is that I'm also just not a huge fan of Minfilia's delivery, which I think is mostly to do with her direction. I don't know enough about the voice actor to know if it's anything to do with them, but for whatever reason, I think it might partially be because she has so many lines that I really do not like her voice. But we'll see. This is where we'll break for now, and we'll pick up next time. Ny'ardbert Tia will return in A Wild Rose by Any Other Name.